Hi everyone, I will be installing Bliss OS, which is an Android distribution designed to run on PCs. It has full keyboard and mouse support and access to the Google Play Store for downloading and installing Android apps. I currently have Windows 11 installed on my drive and will install Bliss OS in the dual boot setup. I'll be using a 4 GB USB drive to put the Bliss OS ISO on. So to begin, go to blissos.org. And then at the top right, download, and then I'll be downloading Bliss OS 15. OS 16 based on Android 13, but the build is beta, so I'm going to stick with 15. And the one I'm going to be downloading is this one here with GApps, Google Apps. You can download from SourceForge. And if you have a lower end PC, you can download it with Android Go instead. And here's the link, SourceForge. But I'm going to be downloading this one. So you click on here, and then you just download the ISO file. So I already have downloaded it, and the next thing you'll need to download is Rufus, so you can put the ISO image on a USB drive, and you can just download Rufus here. I download the portable version, and I've also already downloaded it. And I'll open up Rufus, and I'm going to be putting it on my USB drive, and I'll leave the rest as default and hit start. Okay, yes, okay. All right, it has completed. Now I'm going to go into disk management. Here's my C drive, and I'm going to shrink it to make room for Bliss OS. And I'm going to shrink it by 25 gigabytes. So that's 25,600 megabytes. And now I'm going to restart and boot from the USB drive. All right, when you boot up, you'll get this menu here. And then there's the live option, so you can test it out. You can try it. And then there's the installation option. Okay. All right, and first I'm going to go down and select Create Modify Partitions. I'm going to select No, continue to CF disk, and go down to Free Space, and then New, and then this partition will be 1 gigabyte, and go to the 1 gigabyte partition. I'm going to change the type, and then this is going to be an EFI system partition, and go down to Free Disk Space, and then New, and then I'll use the remaining space for Bliss OS, and then I'm going to go to Write, and Yes. So the partition table has been altered, and then quit. Okay. And here it's asking to select the EFI system partition. And then so this is the 1 gigabyte partition that I created. Go to OK. Format as FAT32. And then I'm going to label it as ESP, and then yes to format. And then now it's asking to select a partition to install Bliss OS. So I'm going down to SDA6, which is the 24 gigabyte partition. And then I'm going to format it as ext4. And then I'll label it as Bliss OS. And yes. And then would you like to install to prepare for OTA update? Yes. And then I'm going to use grub2 EFI bootloader. And it's detected the Windows installation on my system. So that's good. Okay. All right, it's installed successfully, and it's asking if I want to run it or reboot. I'm going to pick a reboot so that I can ensure that grub comes up properly. All right, grub comes up, and there's Bliss OS, and at the bottom, there's Windows as well. So I'm going to go into Bliss OS. So I'm just going to hit start. All right, you can transfer your apps, photos, contacts, Google account, and more. I'm not going to do it now, so I'm going to pick don't copy. I'll sign in later, so I'll skip. I'm going to disable. Not now. I'm going to select the home app. All right, Bliss OS is running, so you can start up any app that you want. You got your browser and the Play Store, for example. And now I'm going to restart, and just to make sure that Windows is working. I'm going to pick Windows. All right, I'm in Windows. I'm going to log in. Going to disk management. All right, so there's my C drive, and there's my 1 gigabyte EFI partition for Bliss OS. And then there's my 24 gigabyte Bliss OS, the operating system partition itself. So that's it. That's how you can install Bliss OS so you can dual boot with Windows. I hope this video was useful, and I thank you for watching. Bye now.